Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing the Taylor Swift book tag because I'm a huge fan of Taylor Swift, if you couldn't tell. This shirt is from her Red Tour 2 years ago. The first one is We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. Alright, so this one is pick a book or series that you were pretty sure you were in love with, but then ended up wanting to break up with. And for me, that'll be the Divergent trilogy. I really loved the book Divergent, like, so much. It was so good. And then I read Insurgent, and it was so slow, and I just really started to hate Tris, and I didn't really like it that much. And then I read Allegiant, and it was just, no. The second book is Red. Pick a book with the red cover. Alright, so for this one, I'm going with the statistical probability of love at first sight, even though it's actually not really that red, but spine and the back are super red, so that totally counts, right? Alright, the next category is the best day. Pick a book that makes you feel nostalgic. I think Twilight would make me feel the most nostalgic just because I read this as an 8th grader, and it really did make a difference with me. Like, it really got me into reading, and I think it opened the door for young adult books, and I just think this book would definitely make me feel the most nostalgic. Alright, 4, Love Story. Alright, so this one is pick a story with forbidden love. This one was pretty easy for me because it doesn't get more forbidden than forbidden. Am I right? Am I right? Love this book. Oh my god. 5 is I Knew You Were Trouble. 'Cause I knew you were trouble when you walked in. So shame on me now. Alright, so pick a book with a bad character that you couldn't help but love. This one might be a little bit controversial, I guess. I picked Leonard Peacock from Forgive Me, Leonard Peacock by Matthew Quick. I guess he's not exactly like a bad character per se, but like you question his morals throughout the book. I mean, he is bringing a gun to school to kill himself and his best friend, so I guess you could say he's a bad character when it comes to like morals and judgment and things like that, but at the same time I couldn't help but love him, and I felt a lot of the same struggles that he was feeling, and I really love his character. Alright, number 6 is Innocent. It's okay, life is a tough crowd. Alright, so pick a book that someone ruined the ending for you. I have 2 for this one. First one is New Moon by Stephanie Meyer. When I was in 8th grade, this girl in my class just completely ruined the end of this book for me as I was reading it. Like, she noticed that I was reading the beginning. She's like, hey, guess what happens? And she just told me, like, who does that? And so then the other book was Allegiant, and this happened kind of accidentally just because I was on YouTube and I came across this video talking about sad endings, and then it just happened and they said the ending, so I was like, oh, okay. 7 is Everything Has Changed. Pick a book with a character who goes through extensive character development. For this one, I picked Vicious by V.E. Schwab because I think Victor and Eli go through so much character development in this book. And like, not only do they change, but they also kind of stay the same too. They still have the same desires and they still have the same hunger for power, but at the same time, they grow a lot as characters and they discover who they really are and who is against them and who's on their side, you know, and it's just really amazing to watch them go through so much change, and I really love this book. Alright, number 8 is You Belong With Me. Can't you see you belong with me? And that book for me is Winter by Marissa Meyer because I need it. Oh my god. I love the Lunar Chronicles so much, and I cannot wait till November. It's too far away. Number 9 is Forever and Always. Alright, so this one is pick your favorite book couple, and like, I don't know how they expect me to just pick one, so I picked 3. The first one is Lincoln and Beth in Attachments. My second one is Evan and Macy in Unteachable. Sloane and James from The Program, just because like I ship it so hardcore. Number 10 is Come Back, Be Here. This is pick a book you would least like to lend out for fear that you would miss it too much. This is actually going to have to be Unteachable by Leah Rader. I recently read this book last October, and it has become one of my favorite books of all time. It's just so perfect. Like, this is everything I'd ever want in new adult romance. I'm afraid to lend this out for fear that they would like do something bad to it, and I would no. 11 is Teardrops On My Guitar. 'Cause he's a reason for the teardrops on my guitar. So for this one, I picked Loving Mr. Daniels by Brittany C. Cherry. I picked this book because, like, oh my god, I was bawling my eyes out throughout like 95% of this book. It just hit me on another level. It's about a girl who, her twin sister dies, and her twin sister, ironically, her name's Gabby, which is my name, which made it way worse. There's just a lot of things that go down in this book that were like really depressing, so it was just a mess. Alright, number 12 is Shake It Off. Alright, so this one is pick a book that you love so much, you just shake off the haters. For this one, I chose the book Heartbeat by Elizabeth Scott. And for some reason, a lot of people really didn't like this book, but I actually loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars when I read it, and it's about a girl who, like, loses her mom, and she actually doesn't, like, lose her completely, but she's still on life support, and they're trying to determine whether or not to pull the plug on the life support, and it's just really emotional, and she meets this guy named Caleb, and there's like this love interest, and it's just a really cute and good book. I don't know why people hate on it so much. Next up, I actually created some of my own questions for this tag because I'm such a Taylor Swift fan that I just thought, like, I could do this. I could create my own questions. So number 13 is Wonderland.
We found Wonderland, you and I got lost in it.
Alright, so this one is pick a book that has a fairy tale retelling. Obviously, I'm gonna go with Cinder by Marissa Meyer, a fairy tale retelling of Cinderella, and also one of my favorite books of all time. Number 14 is Style.
You got that James Dean daydream look in your eye, and I got that red lip classic thing that you like.
Pick a book that will never go out of style. For this, I picked The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky, and I picked this because this book actually came out in 1990, and I mean, here we are in 2015, everybody's still talking about this book, so I don't think this book will ever go out of style. 15 is Picture to Burn. This is pick a book that was so bad you wouldn't be upset if it burned in a fire, and I know, we would never, like, want books to burn in fires. I know, like, this book was just so bad you wouldn't, like, be upset if it burned. And for me, that's gonna have to be 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. Like, oh god, this book was just so bad. I love the movie, but I would never read this book again, ever. I don't recommend it to anybody. Alright, 16, my last one, is Bad Blood.
You know it used to be my love, so take a look what you done. It's baby now we got bad blood.
Alright, so this one is pick a book with a character that you hate. Logan's mom in Forbidden. God, I hated her so much. She doesn't even give Logan a chance to explain anything, and she just calls him a monster and just hates him. I really hate his mom. Oh my god. So that concludes this video. Just out of curiosity, I'd like to know, what do you guys like Taylor Swift? And if you do, which album of hers is your favorite? I know it's like super hard because I love them all. And if you have a favorite song off of each album, I'd love to know what those are. I really love Taylor Swift. 1989 is just amazing. I don't know which one's my favorite now. I'm just, like, I love them all, you know? Thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, see you guys.
Drop everything now. Meet me in the pouring rain.
Pick Leonard Peacock.